What are they looking for? Now I'm confused. Go to Instagram, go live. Do, 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 do. What could they be searching for? Go Facebook, post, and
Hey, you're live.
I am probably live somewhere. I hope. For like $900 a year. Better be live somewhere. And post. That's where all that Patreon money goes, just so we can do this. They doubled the cost last year, man. I mean, they got a great product. I mean, it's an awesome product, but dang.
Everyone uses it.
I know it's
Yeah,
awesome. I mean, but
that's
like
exactly.
we're using what like all the radio stations everybody uses, but I mean,
That's exactly
it's
why
worth it. You got to spend it to make it. So I love
everybody uses
it.
it.
Man, it's awesome. Hey, everybody! Happy Monday. Yes, like
It
old
is.
you complaining about prices. That's what we do. We're here. We're getting ready to answer your list of questions. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the Big Brother live feeds, so I'm not going to spoil you. But
Well, he already spoiled me, so it's fine.
okay, you're here, so too bad. And by
Thanks.
the way, we have a Big Brother channel in the Discord now, so if you want to get in there, it is.
I might have to, although Brian and I don't watch it necessarily like right as it airs. So
Yes, and I'm Team Will because he's a 50-year-old podcaster, which means he won't be long for the game. He's gonna.
no, he sure won't.
Hey, dude, he's the oddball. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
like 10 years ago when I tried out, I'd have crushed it and won 500,000. I'm just saying, but I didn't.
sure you would have.
I would have, dude. I drove all the way to Lexington, Kentucky to try.
I know you did, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, sure you
On
would have
Good
won.
Friday,
Yeah.
and I came home and dyed Easter eggs.
Oh my god.
I know. Would have been a holy weekend if I'd have made it on Big Brother.
Holy weekend.
I know. God didn't want me in that house. Probably for the best. I'm
Probably
sure
for the best. Yeah, for sure.
Could have been bad. Because you got on national TV and I'd have had an audience and I'd have clowned, I'd probably say
yeah, you would have definitely clowned. That's for sure.
You probably don't need cameras on. Pam was probably glad cameras were not on me for.
Yeah, I would say she probably is.
She'd have been sweating bullets.
Yeah, that's true.
Because when I compete, sometimes I get hot.
What? No, that's.
Yeah, I like to win. Yes.
What? No.
All right, let's do a podcast. You guys got questions? We have answers. Put them in the chat, and we'll take care of you. We got some in the inbox, so we're good. But we do want some fresh ones. Questions that are stale.
Fresh content.
Okay. All right, let's do this. We got 27:30.
Let's do it.
We got tacos to eat in a minute, so let's do this. Oh, it's gonna be hot on that drive though, because I got the doors off on the Jeep. Smoking. Oh, dude, they got people in the backyard, so only some people know. So there's a few people in the house. The phone rings. They're not telling anybody else. There's only like a few of them that know whatever's going on. The rest of them are just hanging out in the backyard chit chatting. I love it. That's awesome. Anyway, here we go.
He's totally spoiling it for me for everything.
That's exactly how I'd play it. All the suckers
That's
in the backyard, and I'd fight at that advantage in the house.
The first season, I did watch like that stuff, and I stopped watching it because it gave things away too much.
Well, no, the feeds are where the game is. I don't care.
Yeah.
The feeds are where you watch. Okay, anyway, here we go. 27:30. Welcome to episode 2730 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having an outstanding week. Glad you're here. It's time to answer your listener questions. Joined by the OG crew from back in 2008. Love these ladies. We're going to have a good time today talking Disney. We've got some news to talk about at the top of the show, and then we're going to jump into some listener questions. So joining me today from a Disney World Afterall.com and the Mouse for Less, we have Rikki. Rikki, what's going on this beautiful Wednesday?
It is a beautiful Wednesday because today is two very special things. One, it is my birthday. And hey, and two, I'm driving down to Florida today. So yay!
Very nice. So you're celebrating at Walt Disney. So do you still get a button for your birthday? Obviously you do, right? Come
of
on.
course. Actually, I still have one in my car from last year. I think,
to be perfectly honest. No, you can't use a stale one. You got to get a fresh one every time. Don't use a stale button.
Yeah, I still have one in my car. So I'll be working today for the beginning of the day, and then I'm gonna hop out, and then I'm gonna drive down. So yeah, that part will be good. Yeah.
Happy 23rd birthday. Again.
That's correct. Exactly. It is totally my 23rd birthday. Yes.
So, I mean, Walt Disney World in itself is cool, but we're, big famous Disney podcasters. So you got to do something special when you get there. So like, what's the big thing besides, Mickey Mouse coming to like greet you like on bended knee on Main Street? Besides that.
Yeah. Besides that, well, we're actually staying at Saratoga Springs. So I'm very excited. Yeah, I know.
I remember back in the day, you couldn't even like get Brian to get you a hotel and like value on property. You always did the Hyatt thing. Now you're staying at deluxe hotels. So I like it.
So for my birthday, I get to stay usually at a deluxe hotel, but do keep in mind, we do it like the cheapest way possible. So this time we use that fantastic
Disney Plus special. Yeah.
Special. It was, I'll be perfectly honest, it was way too good to pass up.
It was.
But Mr. Fiscally Responsible did say, well, it's such a good price that we can stay 2 nights. So I get to stay 2 nights. Like, normally we have a 1-night staycation, basically, is how we usually like do this. I get 1 night to celebrate in a nice deluxe resort. But because this was such a good deal, I get 2 whole nights at a deluxe resort. Woohoo! Look at me go!
Brian is pulling out all the stops, man.
He is absolutely.
Up, maybe for your birthday this year. Disney Plus did us right.
Disney Plus did me right this year. So yeah, we're doing that. I'm excited because I'm going to get to see obviously Disney Starlight. I'm going to get to ride Test Track. I finally get to see the new shows at Disney's Hollywood Studios because we just missed them on the last trip. So, and then as far as like, I'm going to do the water park with the free water park visit because I'm going to take advantage of that if I've got it. So we're going to go to Blizzard Beach, which I haven't been to in probably 15 plus years. So I've now this year done both water parks. So if you want, ideas of how water parks are at Disney right now, I can answer this question now, or I will be able to. And then the only other thing we have is right now, I mean, obviously we want to kind of walk around Disney Springs and have an afternoon evening kind of at Disney Springs since we're so close. Mm-hmm. But I do have a reservation for Kona for breakfast. And I'm so excited because that's a really hard breakfast to get a lot of times nowadays. And I saw it was available and I was like, bam, Kona breakfast, macadamia nut, pineapple pancakes, bring it on, baby. So I'm so excited about my pancakes. I can't even tell you how excited I am.
So excited for your weekend. We got to bring in the third member of the team. Speaking of the Big Kahuna.
Yes, she is the Big Kahuna. I don't know if she likes that or not, but
I'm a professional. I've been doing this since 2008. I've done a few shows. We have Pam Forster, co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel. Pam, happy Wednesday. What's up?
Happy Wednesday. So I'm actually jealous about I was trying to think of the Kona breakfast. I really love like their coffee. I think their coffee is so good.
Oh, no, it's the Tonga toast that everybody gets there.
I know the people like the Tonga toast. I can like if I can talk someone in my party into splitting with me, I can do the Tonga toast. Otherwise, it's like a sugar, like you ate a sugar bomb.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of sugar. It's a lot.
You need a nap.
Yes. Yes, you do.
So if we could talk, like if I could talk someone into doing, like if we get some kind of like the omelet and then the Tonga toast, I'm good. Otherwise, whatever. But that coffee is so good. You got to get the press pot.
Yeah, you're not wrong on that.
Also lethal for me because I'm allergic to bananas. So I try
that part.
But you can get the pineapple pancakes.
Pineapple pancakes.
That sound good. I like they still have the Big Kahuna. I know they got rid of it for a while.
I will find out for you.
Brought it back. Yeah, let them know. And if they didn't, give them peace of mind for me because the Big Kahuna rocked. That was why
I think they did bring it back, if I'm not mistaken. They did for a minute,
so the world got so topsy turvy there for a little bit. So
it did.
Kind of messed me up. All right, we got a couple things here we got to take care of. We have 2 listeners joining us in 2 different locations that are Disney related, and you got to say one is good, one is tough. So Rob joining us from MCO at the end of his trip. Oof, that's rough. Hang on, we're gonna do a little stock up, stock down here.
It is. That is rough.
Oh no, that was Yokio Taco Bell. I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. That would be me here.
Yokio Taco Bell. Yeah,
that was like subliminal right there. Sorry about that, but Rob, that's you. And then we got Run Mike D joining us over on Instagram. He's joining us from Morimoto, Asia, as we tune in live.
That's nice.
Oh,
That's nice.
dude, killing me. That's awesome. So thanks for tuning in live. All right, so let's talk a little bit before we get into those questions. First impressions, like 30-second snippets. Pam Forrester, what do you think of Starlight? First impressions. Obviously, haven't seen it in person, but social media coverage. What do you think about
it? Looks beautiful. I'm telling you, it just like it looks like each float sort of tells a story in the way that just hasn't been done before in terms of that. Like I'm right there with people. I loved Main Street Electrical Parade. I loved. Why am I blanking on the name of the other parade?
Spectro Magic?
Spectro Magic.
I've got a shirt.
I know, right? I love Spectro Magic, but it's just spectacular. I think that's the word that just describes it. Spectacular. And we've all been waiting so long for a nighttime parade to come back, and I'm really glad in some ways that they took their time and did this one so right. So it looks great. I can't wait to see it.
I'm with you. I mean, the taking the time thing, I don't know if we need to take a decade.
I know, right?
Yeah,
but
that seems a little extra.
Yeah, let's we can go, you can pick up the pace a little bit on that next time. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm glad it just feels like we're back, like in a way, like the Magic Kingdom, like it just feels finally right. You got to have fireworks in a nighttime parade at a park like the Magic Kingdom. So Rikki,
I agree.
what do you think? Like, we're back.
Okay, so I'm a bad podcaster because since I knew that I would be seeing the parade this week, I really have been avoiding any and all spoilers as best as I can, because I want to see the parade without any real, influence. So I really have been avoiding everything. Like, I've of course seen some photos and a little bit of like video, just like brief glimpses of it, but I've really been avoiding everything if I possibly can. So I pretty much on Sunday night when all the influencers were posting on Instagram, I was like, next, keep scrolling. So I totally have been avoiding it. And same thing with Test Track. Like, I've been absolutely avoiding all the spoilers for that as best I can too. So I'm trying to go into both of those things as unspoiled as possible. I did not have that same luxury with the shows at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I completely got spoiled on those, but that was my own doing. So that was my fault. But since I knew I was going to be there this week, I'm going to avoid as many spoilers as I possibly can. So everything I've seen, it looks beautiful. I haven't even heard the music from it. Like I said, I've been avoiding everything I possibly can. So I will have more thoughts when I get back from my trip next week. But for right now, I'm avoiding everything.
Which is ironic because you were the one that always skipped the parade to go do last.
I know, right?
We always talked about this 10 years ago on the show. Like, you'd be like, I don't go watch Spectral Magic. I go and get a last ride on Space Mountain, or
And normally I probably will, but since it's the premiere week of it, I'm definitely going to do it. And actually, Brian and I have a plan because we are going to my mom and dad's on Thursday, and we're spending the night at my mom and dad's tonight, and then we'll be with them on Thursday. And then we're going to kind of spend the afternoon with them for a little bit, celebrate my birthday with them. And then Brian and I are actually going to take the drive down to Orlando, and we're doing it specifically so we can see the parade that night. So I've got a Magic Kingdom reservation so I can get into the park, and we probably won't head into the park until late afternoon, maybe early evening. And really our only goal for that night is to see the parade. So that's, anything else we get done is extra gravy. But our goal that night was just to see the parades. That way we were there, we got to see the parade, and then we could do other things the rest of the trip.
You have your park reservation locked in, right? Because the rule has now changed for annual pass holders with the park reservation system. Just a heads up for everybody out there, so they know that, right? You have
yeah. You have to have a park reservation in order to get in as an annual pass holder to the Magic Kingdom to be able to see the parade. Now, here's the question, because I keep seeing it both ways, and I don't know if it's been answered yet. Right. I mean, I'm sure it has been, but do you have to? Everybody's saying you have to have a reservation for the Magic Kingdom, but I've heard you have to just have any park reservation, and then if you want to hop to the Magic Kingdom later that night, you can. I don't know which way it is. Now I have a Magic Kingdom one, so I mean, I'm good. I'm golden, but I just don't know the answer for other people. So that's me. I'll find out, I guess.
You know me, I'd like to have one for the Magic Kingdom just to be safe, but
I mean, I do have one for the Magic Kingdom, so I'm safe. But I mean, I've definitely heard both ways of no, you have to have a specific Magic Kingdom one, or you can have any park, but you can hop. So.
All right, let's get to the questions. That's why we're here. And Michelle says she has a question about club level, which she has booked, and I think it's a good one for Pam. She's never stayed club level, and she says, any tips or tricks from the team? What should we expect? Also, she's gluten-free. Are they going to have any options or be able to provide anything for a gluten-free guest? So, Pam Forster, any tips for a first-time club level guest?
I think I think the way that I tell people to look at club level is look at it as an extra level of service. They do have a breakfast. Each one is different at each resort with the kind of offerings that they have. They do have a snack, or they call it an afternoon tea, which isn't really an afternoon tea, but it's just sort of a snack in the afternoon. They have light hors d'oeuvres at night, and they usually have desserts and cordials in later on that night. So those are the times that food is out. I suggest if you have a special need, you can ask when you check in and ask what they can have to accommodate that need. Some of them are easier to accommodate than others, and some of them they won't be able to accommodate, but hopefully gluten-free, they'll have a few things for you in that space so that you can do that. But the other thing I'm going to say is the club level room, the actual concierge lounge or club level lounge, we love just going there and like having it as sort of like an annex to our room. We spend time there at different, points in time. Different club levels have different views of different things. For instance, the club level at Grandestino has a great view of Hollywood Studios. The club level at the Polynesian has a great view of the Magic Kingdom fireworks. The club level at Animal Kingdom Lodge sort of looks down on the lobby, and it's a really kind of cool thing. So each club level sort of has its own personality and its own sort of views, but sort of look at that as well. And the staff there, we usually find is really great. We always have a great experience with them, and hope you find that the same. So go and enjoy. It will be a great time.
And the couple of times I've been in these places before they throw me out, they're like, hey, get out of here. It kind of feels like a happy hour, like feeling like, you're kind of, there's a few other people mingling in there, getting some snacks, some drinks. And it's just, you talk, if you're a social person, and you like to just talk to other people casually, hey, where are you from? I like to do that on a bus, like back to All-Star Sports, but it's a lot, nicer than doing that,
It is when you're sitting there and having a little snack or a drink. Yeah.
It's like that on steroids, like nicer. I mean, it's both the same thing, but one's a little, nicer than the other. All right, Cynthia's here on Facebook joining us. She says, absolutely love the bag drop option at all. Speaking of sports, All-Star Sports with Southwest Airlines. We had an evening flight, and we were able to enjoy the day bag free and avoid bag drop at MCO. Any hope that this will be brought to the moderate and deluxe resorts as well? Any thoughts?
Yes, we're all doing this.
Please, I know. Right? I mean, as somebody who always flies Southwest Airlines, let's go.
Yeah,
please.
Agreed. I can't wait until they extend this out, and hopefully they will to the other resorts. It's a third-party company that sort of is involved in this and does this maybe in other locations as well. And they started it at one and rolled it out so fast to the other values. I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
No.
It's
like, oh. So anyway,
it's one of the things that maybe we bit off a little bit more and we could chew right away. Like I've done that a lot of times in my life. I get it. I understand. But yeah, it's like, let's go. We're close.
Let's go.
Apparently, like with Southwest, I'm going to get I'll have an assigned seat. I don't even know what that's about. Like I'm always like, for my whole life since I've been flying, the last 10 years, like I go down the aisle, I'm like, is that a good one? Like that's the whole thing. Like it's like it's one of the biggest decisions of my whole year. Like because I always got to have a window seat, right? I got to know where I'm going. I can't have a middle. I definitely don't want a middle. And
get the Southwest credit card.
I do have that. I have the
yeah,
deluxe
me too.
credit card.
Yeah,
Like,
we do too.
I think, I have the one where you got to pay the annual fee, but no, that's the Disney one. I have a Southwest. I have a regular Southwest one, I think. The Disney one, I have the one where you pay extra because it's totally worth it because I put everything on it. Like I get way more because you get extra, like better rewards or whatever. But I do have the Southwest card. But yeah, making that choice, man, I'm always like, okay, it's before sunrise. So okay, we're going south. So got to get on the left side so I can see my sunrise and get a sunrise picture because I take pictures the whole way. It's a big deal. But having an assigned seat, I'll be like, man, this is gravy. Like I'm sitting right there in like a bingo game. I'll be like, I'm in B4 or something. I don't even know. Like I'm such a dork. I'd have never flown in a plane where I picked a seat. I'm kind of excited. I'm like those commercials. Have you seen the commercials? Like,
yes.
Apparently we're gonna have the ones that I think a guy says something like Southwest can have assigned seats. Yeah, every airline does it. Now they do. Anyway, yep, that's me. All right, Susan's got a question. Says about Epcot After Hours event. I'll be in Orlando and have made reservations to attend Epcot After Hours. I'll be staying at Pop Century. To gain entry to the park for after hours, it says to enter through the front entry gate. My question is this: what is the best way to get to Epcot's front entry gate when staying at Pop Century, since buses do not run there from Pop Century because of the Skyliner? Also, after the event is over, will I be able to take the Skyliner to Pop, or will it not be running that late? Thanks for all you do. You provide much entertainment to me while I walk. Susan B. So how's she going to get there from Pop?
Oh, that's actually a really good question.
Well, so let me think. So if you're going from Pop, you could take the Skyliner and still go in through International Gateway before the park closes. And
I would,
right? For after hours, because I mean, okay, think about this. Getting back, the Skyliner will be running to get back. Like that'll be no problem. They're gonna
potentially.
Would the Skyliner not be running at the end of the day?
It may not be.
They have had times where it has not run afterwards, and otherwise, then they'll have
a bus.
They'll have different trains.
They'll have a bus at the front for sure. If Skyliner is not running at the end of the night, that one I'm certain of.
Yeah, I'm 100% certain there'll be a bus running to get you back. Like that's not a problem.
Yeah,
there have to be a bus to get you there too.
I would. They will have. If they're saying that you have to go in through the front, then they'll have to have.
They have to have a bus. Yeah. I would just when you check into the hotel, just ask them how they handle the after hours event at Epcot, and they should be able to tell you at that point. Because I assume that it would be bus transportation that would get you to the front of the park.
So I've never done an after hours thing at Epcot, but I mean it's going to be something that's like 9 to midnight, right? So would
2
you
hours.
9 to 11, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't you just take like the Skyliner, jump into International Gateway?
I think the Skyliner stops. Well, but they said the main entrance, so technically,
just jump in, go through the International Gateway like at 8:45, and walk up to the front.
I mean, that's a lot of extra to do that, though. I mean, you could, but
you get an extra snack. I mean, you're getting all those snacks for the 2 hours. That's extra Mickey bar.
I feel like that's a lot of extra to
That's how my brain works.
So
did I mention Billy brought me I think it's like 60 Bamkuchkins.
Oh my gosh.
They're real little. But dudes, I thought it was like going to be like 5. There's like 60 mini Bamkuchkins.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's amazing.
My wife just ate one a minute ago. I had to send her a message.
Nice.
All right, back on topic. Matt Z's got a question about Saratoga Springs.
Ooh.
You're home.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Deluxe home. Yeah, right across the river there from Disney Springs. Hey everyone, I'm staying at Saratoga Springs for the first time. I had an extra day to the beginning of my trip in November. I chose Saratoga Springs due to its proximity to Disney Springs. I want to make the most of my resort stay while I'm there as a solo traveler. I arrive at MCO at noon and hope to be at the resort by 1 p.m. Oh, you should have never said that out loud. Never said that out loud. It'll be like, what would you do to make the most of your one-night stay at Saratoga Springs? I'd like to eat lunch and dinner there and possibly sit by the pool. Mm-hmm. I think you just answered your own question.
I mean, absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
I think you just did it, but okay. See, I plan on going to Disney Springs at night after dinner. Also, What are the best breakfast options for the next morning? Thanks for your advice. Matt Z, he is Zeebs over in the clubhouse.
Nice.
Pam, what say you first? Because you are an experienced Saratoga Springs.
Yes, I will say we probably stay there like 5 times a year, if not more. It's like I feel like I'm there every other month. So, Saratoga, you're going to have a few dining arrangements, a few dining options available to you right there at the resort. And it's Artist Palette is the quick service location. There is also Turf Club and Turf Club Lounge, actually, where you can get food at Turf Club Lounge too, which is really just sort of the area outside of the actual restaurant.
Yeah.
So whatever. But the other fantastic thing about Saratoga is that you can walk to Disney Springs. It is a very short walk to Disney Springs, depending on where you're staying at in the resort. In addition, there are 2 other pools that have dining or snack stand locations in addition to the main pool. So you'll be able to check out that as well. And I think for breakfast, you're either probably going to look at Artist Palette or at one of the breakfast locations over at Disney Springs because you'll be in such close proximity to that.
Is Turf Club open for breakfast, Pam?
I don't think it's open for breakfast. I think
Okay.
it's just open for dinner, actually.
I think you're right. Okay.
So, but Artist Palette definitely has some things if you want to look at those and you're really interested in not going too far, you can do that. But with things like Earl of Sandwich has breakfast. I know CityWorks has breakfast after a certain time.
That's what I was going to say. Earl of Sandwich has really, I mean, again, for the budget conscious, like Brian and Mike Ross.
Yes. Well,
they have great.
I'll tell you where Brian wants to go.
Breakfast burritos at Earl of Sandwich are awesome because during Summit, when I used to go down for cheer and I had to stay at those Disney Springs hotels, that was my food court. I just walk right over to Earl of Sandwich and I'd rope drop it. Boom.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
I mean, and I would be tempted to get something too at like Amorette's or something. Just to bring, like, even the day before, pick that up and bring it back to your room. Yes, that's a good location.
You're a solo traveler, and you see those memes all the time, right? You're an adult. You can eat cake whenever you want.
Exactly.
When you were 10, your parents set the rules. You're an adult. You can eat cake at 8:30 in the morning. You can.
Right. And if you happen to be there on a Saturday or a Sunday morning, of course, Chef Art Smith's has a lovely brunch that I must mention. But Raglan Road does too.
That's where Brian wants to, I think, have brunch.
Oh, does he?
Yes, I think he wants Raglan Road.
It's good. Their brunch is
really good. About that brunch. He says it's one of the best things. Jason, who's in the chat right now, who proposed to his wife at Saratoga Springs, just mentioned.
Nice.
He raves all the time in the Discord about the Raglan Road brunch.
All right. Yeah, Brian really wants to try the Raglan Road brunch. Yep. So I think that might be what we try to do. Yeah.
And don't forget, over at Disney Springs, you also have Everglazed donuts.
Yes.
Those I'm
gaining weight just listening to this question.
Right. Yes. I was like looking at, like, I was scanning because if I don't scan, I'm always going to forget something. But that also has really, really good brunch. So for sure. Yeah. So lots of good stuff there for sure. I don't think you can pick something wrong. We always say that, but you can't make a wrong choice. Oh, Summer House on the Lake. I knew I was gonna forget one. That actually also has great breakfast too.
Ooh,
so
okay.
Check that out.
All right.
A new entry into the pool.
That is a new entry. I didn't think about that one. Yes.
It is. And such a pretty location too.
This is all helping.
But again, it's only brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. So
got it. Well, yeah. So this is exactly what Brian and I are really considering doing, because this is kind of how we're planning our trip. Is we're doing kind of a staycation. That's how we start our trips usually for these birthday ones, is we usually do a staycation. So we're going to do this staycation at Saratoga Springs. And that was the whole point, is that we're going to enjoy our time at Saratoga Springs, probably enjoy the pool, probably enjoy, maybe Artist Palette and maybe Turf Club. Not just sure if I want to eat at Turf Club. They do have a prime rib on their menu that I'm a sucker for prime ribs. So that may be what we end up doing, because I've never been to Turf Club. But you are so close to Disney Springs that it's really hard to not want to go over there and eat dinner instead. So I really think that, I know they were talking about eating just at the resort. But I mean,
that's the issue with Saratoga. Like, why would they ever put a nice restaurant at Saratoga?
I know.
Well, we're going to be competing with every restaurant at Disney Springs.
Yeah, well, they didn't. So
No.
I'll just clue you in on this.
Yeah.
They didn't.
They did with like an undercover hot chick, like dogging them out. Kind of.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Put a nice one there. They put an okay one.
They put an okay one there. Yeah. So that's kind of why I'm like,
restaurant ever.
I'm like, well, I could just, we're so close. Maybe we just head over to Disney Springs instead for dinner that night anyway. So I think that's what they should do.
Go over.
I think
you will want to make sure that you cross a bridge at some point
and head over to Disney Springs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's where they should eat dinner as well. I think they should probably go to Disney Springs and have it. Maybe for lunch too. I'm just saying. I don't think Artist Palette is. I've been there once for dinner. I ate a meal there. I know it wasn't breakfast, so I know it was either lunch or dinner.
It's not a bad quick service location.
It's not bad if you're just needing something, but again, you've got over the bridge. So I'm like, maybe I'll just cross the bridge.
You do. And actually, I've had decent meals at Turf Club. I think our last one there has sort of soured me. Our service was crazy. So I will just say was one of the craziest experiences I've ever had. So I was like, oh, okay.
You are going to have to text me that off.
Okay. We have options. Also, real quick, Sean, hot take, the breakfast burritos at LBV, the snack shop for the golf course. Good. And actually, I had them there. It was really good, but I mean, I was getting ready to play some golf, so that's always good. So get a golf cart, do 18. And also, Jason says, Rikki, can't go wrong with the
I'm here for it.
Raglan Road brunch. All right, question from Jacob in the inbox. BOGP crew, I'm a non-DVC member with a room reservation at Bay Lake Tower. Will I be able to access the Top of the World Lounge, or is it strictly for DVC members? Hope the BOGP cruise was a blast. It sure was. Pam Forster, what do you say to that question?
I forget. I will say I forget because the rules on this change.
They do. I think
right now it's a DVC member. Like
I believe
so.
Have to be a DVC member because I go with Scott.
I think that's right.
I know,
think you have to be a DVC member.
Yeah.
I think that's how it is. I mean, you could ask, and I mean, they're not going to like.
Disney Vacation Club members have exclusive access to Top of the World Lounge. Yeah. So that's the deal. You need to be a DVC member, or you'll have to have someone take you in. And I want to say, it has always been that way, that you need to have a DVC member to get Top of the World Lounge access. Or not always, but it's been that way for a while. But what I was looking for was whether you have to be staying there at Bay Lake or not, because that is something that has gone back and forth. But either way, you have to DVC member to be at the Top of the World. So
all right, they have big cake there.
Yes, they do, but they have the same one at Steakhouse 71. So.
Yes, they do. God, I love that cake. The thing is, because it's not super fancy, it's just big and chocolatey and good. It's like
it is like chocolate with a capital C. Chocolate.
I mean, that's my jam. Like, I mean, just like chocolate. It's like it's like Betty Crocker. Like it doesn't have to be fancy. It's just a lot of good. That's all I need. All right, question about Disneyland here. Hey, Mike, my wife's son, who's 10, and I are longtime Disney World goers, hitting up Disneyland for our first time. And likely our only trip. We're East Coasters. We're going to Disneyland in late August. We have a 3-day trip planned. Day 1, we're arriving, resort, and doing Oogie Boogie Bash. Day 2, Disneyland. Day 3, ? My question is, Radiator Springs Racers and Incredicoaster are currently scheduled to be down for maintenance during our trip. If both rides are down, is DCA even worth a second day? Remember, we have Oogie Boogie Bash tickets, or should we strongly consider Disneyland for a second day? Curious, what are the team's opinions with the 2 major West Coast only rides down? What would you do? Thanks for a great show, Corey. That's a good question, because they do have Oogie Boogie Bash tickets. But, personally, I'd still give DCA some love outside of the party. Because the party, I would focus on party stuff, because there'll be a lot of meet and greets and cool stuff going on the party. That's what I would say. But I mean, he does bring up a good point. I mean, Radiator Springs Racers is my favorite attraction probably at Disneyland Resort overall. Cars Land's my favorite land anywhere. But I mean, Cars Land also has, Luigi's. I love Luigi's. I like the Maters ride. That's just fun. It's like alien swirling saucers. Yeah, I would still do both parks and Oogie Boogie.
Agreed. I think there's so many good attractions there. Like you have Guardians of the Galaxy, you have
Web Slingers too.
Yeah, the Web Slingers. So that's like a big deal. They're doing a lot of stuff for the 70th. I think that's worth seeing. I love California Adventure, so maybe I'm partial to that, but I think that there's a lot of good things to see. And I just feel like the details, there's so many details there and so much entertainment that I think it's really worth it, at least for me, to see that, that. And I will say, I'm just going to put it out there too. I think it's worth thinking about, no matter how many days you're staying there, a park hopper, just because
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah. They're so close to each other. And there are so many different times that I use that ability to bounce back and forth that actually saves me time in the big picture. Like sometimes you're over at Disneyland and you're just like, dang, like the things I'm trying to get to seem so crowded right now. And then you just bounce over to California Adventure and then it's less crowded. And so then you bounce back and forth. So I don't know. It's just like walking from one side of the park to the other, basically.
Yeah, I actually agree with Pam. I was going to suggest the same thing. I was like, really for that third day, I might consider having the park hopper and going back and forth between the two parks. Cause there is something special about being able to ride, say, Web Slingers and then heading over to Disneyland and, riding Big Thunder Mountain, so having that ability to do that is really special. And I mean, it literally is a 5-minute walk basically from, one place to the other. So it's not like it's that far. And for me, I agree. I think yes, I have a park hopper, obviously, for Walt Disney World almost every time because I have an annual pass. But for me, having a park hopper at Disneyland is almost like that's even more of a no-brainer. Like you almost have to do it at that point. I don't think I've ever done it without a park hopper, actually, to be perfectly honest. So I would say have a park hopper.
2 points on that. I agree with park hopper. And here's obviously you're going to maximize your time there. You're going to get to do a lot more. But I also think that it's your first time out there, you're probably going to want to end your trip in Disneyland.
True.
And with a hopper, you could do that. You could go like finish up and do like a last ride on Haunted Mansion or Matterhorn or something like that. Something like grabs your fancy as a Disney fan, something that they just have over there. So I think you're probably going to, or just being on Main Street and grabbing a Gibson Girl ice cream, something like that. I think you're going to probably want to finish at Disneyland. And the other thing is, if you don't go with like a day at California Adventure, what you're going to do is you're going to really water down the Oogie Boogie Bash experience because you're going to try to just do so much during the party that you're going to be like, I'm trying to, like, you're going to be a chicken with your head cut off during the party. Where if okay, I got a day at California Adventure.
True.
You're going to be able to just enjoy the party for the party. So I think two things there to think.
We did that with because we had the Christmas party a few years ago that they had, the one time only Christmas party that they had at Disneyland, and that's exactly how we did it. We had the park hopper, but we did the party and we just did the things for the party. Yeah, we did a few other things that were not specific to the party just because we had extra time, but we focused on the party stuff because we were paying to go to the party. So like we wanted to make sure we got that done. The other thing I was going to say is, if you do kind of like what you were saying, Mike, ending the day at Disneyland, the hours are usually a lot later at Disneyland. So I think if I remember right, especially like when we went,
a lot of times.
Yeah, midnight is usually when the hours close for Disneyland, which is crazy to me. I'm like, wow, they're open till midnight. And usually DCA closes at around 9 or 10. So you've got 2 hours that you can get good park time at Disneyland at that point. So that, for me, is worth it. And
a lot of the locals leave because they got to go to work. Like
exactly,
you're like, dude, where'd everybody go? Like it's crazy. And it's like I couldn't believe it was open because I was there on a Sunday night. I remember calling Pam. I'm like,
I know
it was after the race. I was like, I told Pam, I was like, I'm staying till this because I had a flight on Monday morning, right? Like it's like 6 a.m. flight. So I had to get my Uber at 3. And I told Pam, I called her. I'm like, I'm just going to stay till this place closes, thinking it closed at like 9:30 or 10. You know, like I thought it closed at 10, right? Because I didn't check the park. I'm terrible. I never check the park hours. I'm like, when they kick me out, I'll leave. I'm just going to keep doing stuff till they kick. I remember I was in line for the Jungle Cruise, and I asked the cast member when I got up there, I was like, what time's the park closing tonight? He's like, midnight. I told Pam, I'm like, dude, I'm making midnight. Like, I'm so tired. I've got up so early, and I ran the half marathon today, and I gotta get in the Uber at 3. Like, I don't know that I'm staying until it closes, and there's nobody here. Like, I can just I can do anything I want. It's nuts.
True.
Yeah.
It's so, and I think it's such a nice thing to have for the evening shows too. Like we have literally done World of Color. On the way out, we're stopping at the Carthay Circle and we're looking at the production show there. Then we're catching the fireworks. Then we're like seeing the parade. Then we're looking at the projection show on It's a Small World. Like it's craziness, but we've really done so much to try to get all that done.
And I mean, it's so easy there. Until you do it, you don't realize it, man.
No.
It's amazing. All right, last question of the day. It is from Mark in Connecticut. It says, best sit down non-character meal in the Disney bubble. Hey, Mike, my wife and I really enjoy the show. Thank you so much. We discovered Maya Grill thanks to you. There you go. Best fajitas on property. Oh, tell you what, though. Well, I mean, we talked about Rosa Mexicana. They weren't fajitas. I don't even know what they were called on the menu. They were super expensive for 2, like this big old like skillet thing, and it was a production, but it was good eating. I don't know. It had all kinds of meat. Those are pretty good, but I still like Maya Grill. It's just good fajitas. What do you guys think is the best sit-down non-character restaurant inside the Disney bubble? Like you're so inside the bubble, so in that classic Disney frame of mind. It could be in a park or at a resort. Thanks, Mark from Connecticut. So non-character restaurant inside the Disney bubble. Sit down. Overall.
Like when you say inside the Disney bubble, I'm like in that kind of like you want a Disney restaurant or are you looking for a good restaurant?
Here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of like the overall like, okay, so here's what I'm going to go with like for this answer. I'm going to say San Angelo Inn. Right?
Okay.
Because
you mean inside a park?
Because it's not the greatest. Like it's my kind of food, right? It's Mexican food, but like you just can't beat that. Like it's like the outside inside kind of experience. You got the pyramid, the boats going by. If you get a seat by the water, like that's my jam because it's like you can't get that at home. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a Disney restaurant experience, but there's no characters. It's kind of, it's like Blue Bayou, but with Mexican food. Like that's my jam. Like, I mean, now if you had like a mariachi band coming by or like, I don't know, 3 caballeros, the 3 ducks playing instruments, that'd be cool, but that's not happening. How cool would that be though? If like they came by your table. That could be the next iteration of that restaurant.
Right.
Ronald and Panchito and whoever, Ramon, I don't know what the other one's name is. It's coming by with like a trumpet and a little
Jose Panchito.
Jose, that's it, with a big guitar. That'd be awesome. Oh my god, like that'd be the greatest. Dude, you'd never get a reservation there. All right, so what do you think? I'm going with because that's like that's non-character, but it's kind of a cool like Disney experience.
I know it's hard. Like I think food-wise, I think Narcoossee's is really a great restaurant and still a Disney experience because you can see the Magic Kingdom fireworks from the restaurant. So I think that and it is a signature restaurant. So just keep that in mind. But then I also think like Space 220 is a very Disney restaurant experience. Ohana is a very Disney restaurant experience. So I mean, like there's that. I think Whispering Canyon is a very Disney restaurant experience. So I know I can
naming all of them, and I'm gonna have nothing.
All the restaurants, yes, not for you, Ricky. Sorry, I named them all.
It's fine. Well, okay. Here's one. 50s Primetime, definitely a very Disney restaurant.
Yes.
Beer Garden, definitely a very Disney restaurant. I feel like.
Oh, that's a good one. I love Beer Garden. That's
okay, so I feel like those are 2 good ones that Pam didn't take, so I have options there.
Yes.
Oh, Jason in chat is saying Hoop. Hoop is a good one. Hoop to do reveal. That's definitely a very Disney restaurant. Gosh. I'm trying to think if
we named a bunch. I mean,
we did
really good ones. Yeah,
we did. Yeah, and none of them are character meals. Oh, I personally, Brian and I, honest to goodness, we very much enjoyed the buffet at Cape May Cafe for dinner, because dinner is not a character meal. It's very seafood heavy. But Brian and I, we ate there on his birthday a year ago, and he still talks about how good that was. So, Cape May Cafe, if you're in the mood for seafood, Brian really liked it. I really liked it. We did pay extra for the crab legs, but we split them. So,
oh, you cheater!
We did not cheat. They did not.
Going to the casino, and you split. You're not allowed to split them if you.
You can absolutely split the crab legs.
Cheater, I'm telling you.
No, we did not cheat. We asked, and they said yes, you can split them. So we each had a cluster of crab legs out of the bucket.
That's cheating the system.
It is not cheating.
I don't think it is. I am not, dude. You're gonna get us shut down.
I will not. It is totally on point. You can absolutely do that. So.
Don't come at me, Disney. I had no idea she was shooting your crab leg. I will pay.
I will do it again too.
Stop! I will pay the extra $15, whatever she scammed you out of crab legs. I don't know what to go
$25
for.
for crab legs.
You're paying that? Oh my gosh! I can't believe Brian does this. That's extortion. Oh my gosh! Yeah, and Sean says skip a canteen. That's a good one too. That's a great one actually. Yeah. All right, we got to wrap this up for Rikki.
Before I get us canceled.
More Disney felonies on this show, so we're out of here. All right, don't forget our show. I know it's scary.
Hey, used to be included, so I'm just saying.
But they're not anymore. I mean, gasoline used to be a quarter. It ain't anymore. I mean, if you steal it, you steal it. I'm just saying.
I'm not stealing. I'm still paying for it.
This show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel, the parts that are not felonies. Yes, at Cape May Cafe. You want to book a trip
for my crab legs?
We do ask that you pay for your meals in full. Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, and there's going to be opportunities to book those Disney cruises that you're looking for here very soon. So just keep watching. Can't wait to get you to those destinations you want to sail all times of the year. Can't wait to help you plan those onboard credits. That's the best thing. You get on the ship, you got some money extra to spend. If you want to do some tastings, you want to do some spa services, just don't use them for the gratuities. If you do, don't tell me. That's no fun. Have fun. Get you that sail away drink. It's always the Bahama Mama, it feels like. Whatever. If you don't like the Bahama Mama, get a margarita and have some fun. But we want to help you plan a great Disney vacation for no additional cost to you. And you can do that. Just swing by themagicforless.com today. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys keep us on the air. We thank you so very much for that. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Go over this week. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast. You can follow us all on the social media at Be Our Guest. Mike is where I am. Rikki is at Rikki Nibs, RIKKINIBS. Pam is at TMFLT Pam. Everybody's got spellings but me, but that's okay. That's cool. Instagram, Twitter, and Threads. Look for us there. And we're in the Clubhouse. Come on over. That's our Discord server. It's free for everybody. And I'm telling you what, it is awesome. Disney fans hanging out there talking life, talking Disney, all kinds of stuff, dining, resorts, theme parks, all the breaking news. And you know what? We even added a Big Brother channel. If you're into Big Brother, we have a channel there, but be careful. Spoilers happen in there. So come on over. We'll talk that as well. It's so much fun. So come on over. It's beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. And we'll have a live call-in show this Sunday night, 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central. And God willing, the phones will work this week. Sorry about last week. We got zapped. It happens once every 15 years, but you know, we got to hear Scott tap dance while I tried to fix the phones for a half hour. So that was fun. You get to hear that tomorrow on the replay. I just kept answering the phone like a dummy, like thinking it would just keep working. It never did. Everybody just kept trying calling too. And like, hello, nope, can't hear him. Nope, hello, nope, still can't hear him. 12 times later, but it was, if that's your thing, you'll get to hear it tomorrow. Mike sweating bullets and Scott trying to tap dance. So it was great. It was fun. Different show. All right, so we'll be back again on Friday. And Friday, we're going to talk about the little extras that are included in your Walt Disney World vacation that you don't think about that really add value to that trip. Think about it. When you go to Epcot during the festival, you can get a concert included that maybe back in your hometown, you got to pay $20-$30 to go see that concert. Boom, right there, happening in the American Gardens Theater. So there are little things that are value adds that you get on your Disney vacation that sometimes we don't think about that do add some value to that trip. So we're going to try to remind you of some of those things. And, sometimes we're always talking about, well, what did Disney take away? but there are some things that do add value to those trips. So we'll try to remind us kind of those things on Friday. So come on back. We're going to spread some good news and try to help you to not forget some of those things you can take advantage of on your next trip to get the most out of that trip. So until we get back together, for Rikki and Pam, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Wednesday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy birthday, Rikki. All right. And there you know. Now you know what we're talking about on Friday.
Yeah, I had no idea, actually.
It's actually...
Speaking of tap dancing, I'm going to have to tap dance to figure out what I'm going to talk about, but it's fine.
Okay, I got some.
I know. I'm trying to think of some too.
I know. I'm like, uh-oh.
In the Discord.
All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom so I can think about it. I'll be right back.
Just thinking about it on the way to the bathroom.
Well, I mean, the free water park thing.
Yeah, I was thinking about what's included with your Disney resort.
Free golf, like mini golf.
With packages, yes.
Yeah. Before 4 p.m. So as long as you're okay with the heat.
Or get there fairly early.
Yeah. Now I need a breakfast burrito. I keep seeing Sean's comment. I need a breakfast burrito, even though it's 5 o'clock. 5:30. So hungry. Current BOGP discussion.
Making some notes here.
I'm using the Discord a little too. Rikki is relieved and enlightened. She doesn't have her headphones in yet. We can talk about her for 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Now we got to stop.
You guys start talking about me?
Yep.
Got it.
No.
I counted it down. I said we could talk about her for 3, 2, 1. I said
I'm scrambling, trying to think of what I'm going to talk about.
Same. I know, but I'll come up with some stuff. I hope. I have a couple things. Actually, going to the bathroom did help.
I said you are relieved and enlightened at this point. Now that you're back.
I'm relieved about something.
Yes, there you go. There's a bunch of them in the Discord under the current BOGP discussion thread. If you get,
oh, good, I can steal some of those.
Which I will be doing too. All right, here we go. 27:32. Welcome to episode 2732 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're getting ready for a great weekend. We are getting ready for a great podcast. We're going to have fun today talking about some of those little value adds that you get with your Walt Disney World vacation. We want to make sure that you don't forget to take advantage of when you go down on your next trip, because sometimes some of these things are taking place or part of your package if you book a Walt Disney World vacation package, and maybe you just, get busy and you forget to take advantage of these things. They're right there, and you could have, maybe played some mini golf or, done some of these things, and you're like, oh man, if I did this back home, it cost me a few bucks and I had this included. I could have done this on my trip and had a good time, because we know that Walt Disney World vacations aren't the cheapest thing in the world, but there are values that if you take advantage of them, it gives you, it makes the trip worth it. So let's talk about that today. Have a good time. Joining me, the crew here again, and the birthday girl who's probably still celebrating that deluxe villa life. She's probably, maybe they've upgraded to a treehouse villa. I don't know, a 3-bedroom grand villa at this point. I doubt she's in a deluxe studio anymore at this point. She's like Zach and Cody back in the day.
Gotcha.
with Rikki from DisneyWorldAfterAll.com and I almost said touring plans. The
Not
Mouse
anymore.
I know. Even though we did see Henry make an appearance on some show the other day.
We did, yeah. It's funny because every once in a while I think about Henry and I'm like, I wonder how Henry is. Henry.
I don't think about Henry that much, but apparently this is Deep Thoughts with Rikki. You think about
Deep
Henry.
Thoughts with Rikki. Yeah. I didn't say it was often. I said every once in a while.
All right.
So, but for those who don't know, Henry was an old podcaster on a show called Beta Mouse. And Mike likes to talk about Beta Mouse every once in a while.
I love Beta Mouse. Beta Mouse is my favorite show because it was like Disney. It was like Disney nerdom, and it was
totally Disney nerdom. And so I was watching a YouTube vlogger, and it was just like we were watching it this weekend, and all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute. I recognize that voice. And then I looked on the screen. I'm like, wait a minute. I recognize that face. And I was like, it's Henry. Because Henry did get a job with the Disney Imagineering. And so congrats to Henry. I'm so proud of him for continuing to work for Disney Imagineering. But it was so good to see him. I was so happy to see his face. And it was a great surprise. So way to go, Henry. I know this only goes to like Dr. Kai is probably the only one who knows what we're talking about, but it's okay.
The whole show about Beta Mouse and back in the day and the floating orb story and all this stuff with, the magic wristbands.
I know.
Dude, those were the days. Like
it was the days.
Yeah. BS that was like in this big box that they were like, like workshopping around the park before My Magic Plus. God, those are the days.
But it was so cool to see him talking about some of the technological advances that I know he probably helped come up with. And I'm like, okay, that's really cool that Henry, somebody that I know is actually kind of behind a little bit of that. So that's kind of cool. That was magical for me.
And Henry definitely had he had a unique voice.
He had a very distinct voice, and that's why I was like, "Oh my gosh, I recognize that voice."
Yeah, exactly, you hear his voice, it's Henry, and a distinct look. I mean, when you see him on camera, you can tell it's Henry, and there's a great sense of humor. He is hilarious. Yes. I think I have to put the outtake on this show because I have a clip that I used occasionally, and I think it's going to be on today's show. So you get to hear.
All right, there we go.
We'll have a little Henry tribute on today's show for Dr. Kyle. Get a kick out of it. I love it.
It was good. It was good to see you, Henry. I know you're probably not listening, but it was really good to see you.
I love Henry. He was the greatest. Wish we'd get him back on. All right,
I know.
With us. Yeah, it's when you work for the big mouse, you can't.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder. Yeah.
We're little peons down here. All right, Pam Force with us. Corner of the Magic for Less Travel. Pam, happy Friday, man. Think about that. We've been on since 2008. We've seen it all come and go. It's crazy.
It's crazy when you think about it. When you say the episode number that this is, I'm like, and I'm sure other people think this, like that somehow we started at like episode like maybe 1,500 or
right.
No.
A lot of shows do, like a lot of shows, and I've heard the strategy of podcasting to start at 100 so you don't sound like you're a baby, or something.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Zero, yes.
I know. So it's so crazy to hear that. But yes, it is. And it's funny how many, like every now and then I'll be somewhere and someone will be like, hey, do you do a podcast? You know what I mean? Like, hey, I know you from the podcast. I'm like, oh, that's so flattering, blah, blah, blah. And I will tell you, when I was on my Virgin cruise in Europe, I met a couple people from the podcast.
That's amazing.
So nuts. So anyways, yes, it's always crazy to hear that.
I can go you one better. Last weekend, I was enjoying my Texas Roadhouse.
Yes.
A lady across the way. Okay. I was also, if you go to Texas Roadhouse, I was sitting in the most dangerous spot of the restaurant. And if you go to Texas Roadhouse often, you know where it is. I was sitting in the aisle where when the certain song comes on, the dance happens, right? So I'm always nervous when I'm in that row because
I have no idea.
Some people know. Bob knows, but Monorail Bob, he knows because he goes there all the time. So there's this row. It's kind of like from the bar a little bit away, but like they play the Texas Roadhouse song. It's like every 30 minutes or so, like this, like because they play regular music, and then all of a sudden you'll hear like there's this Texas Roadhouse song comes on. And so when that happens, it's a cue for like all the workers. I guess like the bus boys and the servers and the hosts, and so they all come down. They do a line dance, but they do it like in this one like it looks like a runway, like down the middle of the restaurant. But like Pam and I were sitting in that strip. Like there's the strip. There's seats on both sides. Like they're little like booths for 2 and 4s. So we get this one. Well, so anyway, I'm just sitting there eating. I'm like, I was nervous anyway, because I'm like, when that song comes on, dude, so like, it's like rude to not watch them, like just keep eating your chicken strips and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm on stage there, so like I gotta stop eating and like watch them, and it's awkward dancing because it's all like teenagers and they can't dance really well. Anyway,
they don't want to.
Exactly.
Right.
Anyway, I'm eating my meal, and they're across the way, so they're also in the same situation as couple. This lady's like looking at me, and I'm like looking at her. I'm like, she looks kind of familiar. At the end of their meal, they finished first. She comes over. She's like, Mike? I'm like, yeah. She listens to the show because she heard me talking. Well, she probably knew because I was taking a selfie because it was the night after the cruise. We just gotten home from the cruise, and I want to take a selfie, like, the selfie that was like, this isn't, Tiana or, animator's palette kind of picture for Instagram, like, sad. But yeah, we got a great conversation. But yeah, meeting Alyssa right there across the way at Texas Roadhouse.
Love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Not Europe, but it was fun. Never thought I'd be meeting Alyssa over, the buttered rolls. But that's how we roll here on our show. All right, so let's jump into today's show. We are going to talk about, getting the most out of our trips, especially Walt Disney World, because, a lot of times we nag and stuff about like, oh man, we miss Magical Express going away and stuff like that. And we do, but I mean, we can't do anything about that. Maybe someday it'll come back. Maybe it won't, but there are still things. I was thinking about this when I go down during Food and Wine Festival, or
sorry, I'm ripping a page out of my notebook.
what you got to do what you got to do
for my answers.
Cool. I mean, the time's not up on the test. I gotta go back to my teaching.
Okay, good, because I was getting nervous.
When I go down during Food and Wine or Flower and Garden or something, one of the things that I really get a kick out of when I go into Epcot is those concerts that are included with my ticket. Like I have an annual pass, but I can roll in and I get to see some really good acts. There's a lot of times they're cover bands, but sometimes they bring in headliners. You get to see like Tiffany will be there, Sugar Ray. If you see these concerts in your town, like Smash Mouth, yeah. And you see these concerts in your town, you're going to probably pay. I mean, you're probably not going to pay $100 for a ticket. You're probably going to pay like $25-$30 maybe for that ticket. So that's included with your park admission. So I'm just trying to think like these little things that are just add-ons that maybe you don't think about they do enhance. Like I guess we could call these like in a meal, like at a fancy restaurant, you call them enhancements. They make your experience better. And I think like a concert during a festival, that's an enhancement because you're not paying extra for that, but you're having that included. Because like during the regular part of the year at Epcot, you're not getting that, but you're paying the same to get into the park. So that's kind of an enhancement. And I think those concerts, if you miss them, you're kind of missing out because even the cover bands are great. Like I love like seen like Slippery When Wet, the Bon Jovi cover band. They're awesome. I've seen the Staying Alive, the Bee Gees one. They're great. I get a kick out of them. So that's one of the things, don't miss because it adds to your Epcot day. So let's kind of go around. What other kind of things? So Pam, you got a piece of paper. So go with it.
I did. I felt like I did homework, and it was like I was like a crayon.
I was cramming for it. I know. I was cramming too. Don't worry. I know.
So, anyways, one of the things that I'm gonna say is included, with your stay there at Walt Disney World is something that happens at night. And of course, all the parks have nighttime entertainment that's included with your admission into the theme park. And I think that that's a huge thing because it's not just like a little show here and there. It's like a full-on production. Like the Magic Kingdom fireworks are probably some of the best fireworks you're ever going to see, right? Hollywood Studios with Fantasmic. It's such a great show. Epcot, you have Luminous, and that's just like it takes place on the water. It's fantastic. But also outside of the parks, you have a little show called the Electric Water Pageant.
Yes.
Right? This takes place every night. And we all know the music, right? You'll be sitting there somewhere and you hear da 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 da.
You can't miss it. It is like those are the loudest speakers in the history.
They really are.
Those things pump.
They are. But it is such a cute, nostalgic little show. I mean, I remember this from when I was a kid. I'm sure the show has changed a bit since that point in time, but I remember seeing this and just feeling like so like, oh my gosh, wow. Like seeing lights on the water and whatnot, like that wasn't, that was just sort of a big idea in that space. And the fact that they still do it, I love that. I love it. It's just quaint. It's cute. It's worth seeing. And I hope you take the time to see it because I love this little show.
Gosh, that's one of those things that, I wish we were doing like an over-under show, like how many people actually see during their trip.
I know.
Water pageant, because if you're not staying in a monorail resort, very few people probably even know that happens. It's so sad because it is such, it's been running since 71. It's such a Disney history.
Yeah, it is. So you can see it at all the monorail resorts. You can see it at Wilderness Lodge. Yep. You can also see it at Fort Wilderness. And on select nights, you can also see it from the Magic Kingdom, depending on how late the Magic Kingdom is open. But of course, you would have to be outside the park to see it. So, lots of really cool things. But yeah, that's definitely worth taking some time out to see. I don't oversell it because I will tell you, on my honeymoon, I oversold it. I oversold it to Steve. I was like,
I don't know.
It's going to be there. It's fantastic. I love it. We have to make time to go see it. Blah, 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 blah. I made him go over to the Polynesian so that we could see it. And then he was underwhelmed a little bit. And now he's come to appreciate it.
Okay. I was going to say, do we need to get with Steve and talk to him about it?
Right? Yeah, I know. I was like, what do you mean you don't love it?
We just learned something about Steve because I love it.
The cynic.
Steve. All right, Rikki, what do you got?
Well, I feel like this one's easy for me, especially right now, but I'm going to go with it anyway because I'm taking advantage of it. And it is the free water park. And it's because really seriously, Disney has never done this before where they are offering you the ability on your check-in day to experience one of the two water parks when, either one is open. But that is seriously a huge perk because the water parks are not cheap, all things considered. And so the fact that you can take your entire family to the water park on your check-in day and experience a full, however long of a day, from whatever time you get to there to the time that it closes, like that's huge. And it's one of the things that I'm fully taking advantage of this weekend because of the fact that it is included in my stay. It is a free perk. And, it's such a huge thing that, so many people I don't think take advantage of, although I do feel like this year it's definitely been taken advantage of a little bit more because people, are like, hey, free water park. But, it is continuing in 2026. And so I just feel like this is such a huge thing that is, I'm really surprised that Disney is offering this. I'm not going to lie, like this, and that they're going to continue offering it in 2026.
For summer travel dates.
Make sure you say summer.
Yeah.
Summer.
For summer.
We don't have specifics on it yet, but yeah.
Got it. Yeah. So,
yes. Yeah, I know it is. I totally agree, Rikki. Price out one visit to a water park. Like this could easily, I often say people who are like, we're staying off site. I'm like, you are? Because if you stayed one night at a Disney resort, this would more than pay for itself. If
exactly.
You were staying at a So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
So let me ask you this, because again, I wonder, because Disney had never done anything like this, like the check-in day, and like we heard about this a year ago, like when this first like rumor was coming out, and then it happened. Like wow, that's something different. The agent's like, that's gonna be something different to book for guests, and that's neat. Like that's something guests will like. But I have to think that the response to this was way higher than Disney probably anticipated. Like I don't think Disney thinks. I think more people took advantage of this than Disney. I don't know like what.
Well,
Disney,
they did bring back both water parks, which they hadn't done.
I hope they would have. If you're going to offer free admission, I would have thought that they would have probably had on the plans to bring them both online at the same time in the summer. That would have made sense to me. I said that at the beginning, but it seems like more people took advantage of this even than they were probably expecting. That's just my feeling. I don't know what they were like, what their internal numbers ran, but it was a great promotion. It's good for really good. I mean, Pam, what do you think? Because this,
I do. I feel that way. I mean, I've heard more people take advantage of this than other, than I've heard other things being taken advantage of. And I think coupled that with some of the specials that they've released this year, like the one that Rikki was talking about, it's been kind of an interesting year to see what Disney is doing in terms of that. And the fact that there are specials now that run, all the way through December of this year at Walt Disney World, I think is interesting too. So it's an interesting year, I think, for Walt Disney World. There's a lot of new things. There are a lot of improvements that have been made, and this was absolutely one of them.
What this harkens back in a weird way to when they offered like the ultimate park hopper, because you got to go to the water parks with that. So like that was kind of yeah.
That's a good point. Because it does open it up. I mean, it was like the everyday like park hopper, park hopper, but it's
a little bit different, obviously. But I mean, it
that's
kind of reminds me a little bit about that.
That's a really good point. Like Pam said, Rikki's getting a ripping deal on that Disney Plus offer that she had, plus this. Usually it's like one or the other situation with Disney all the time, but like, this is like a double dose. I like that.
And then next year, the free dining plan.
Easy. I was gonna go with that eventually.
All right, well, we'll let you go with it.
No, but I mean, let's talk about that. Let's just go with it. I mean, because next year, you had the dining, and the kids, are going to eat free with that dining plan.
Right.
Think about it. I mean, one of the great, Scott and I talk about this all the time, that, and I think as you go more and more, but I think it's also true for first timers, especially like when it comes to like character dining, that one of the first things you want to do as a first timer is you want to meet the characters. And I know, speaking of Steve, he likes to meet the characters. He likes characters to come to him rather than him going to the characters, because when you go to the characters, you got to wait, like you got to get in a line, you got to wait, you got to schedule, you got to, it takes a little planning. Like, you know what? If you do a little footwork there to have a Disney dining plan, or think about it, like you can be sitting there having a really good food, really good food at places like Garden Grill or Chef Mickey's or what have you, Artist Point, and you can pick your characters. You want to see villains, you want to see Pie, who do you want to see? Lilo and Stitch at breakfast, whatever. Pick your meal, but those characters will come to you while you're having awesome food and you're maximizing your time. You're having a meal, the characters come to you. Now you have more fun to go play in the parks, and the kids are eating free. That's a pretty good deal. That's something that, if you don't take advantage of that, because who knows what's to be around long, but I mean, especially with character dining, this can save you money.
Agreed. I think that this was such a huge benefit for 2026. And I've been telling people, book it now because it's offered right now.
Yeah.
I don't know that it will always be offered with 2026 packages, but I do know that it's being offered right now. So we sort of have gotten our first special of the 2026 year. And it's a big one in terms of what it can save a family. I mean, that's a per night savings because the dining plan is something that costs you per night. So the fact that they're offering that next year, I think is amazing.
Yep. All right. So Pam, give us another. What do you got on the list?
So I was doing something. This is, a function of staying at a Disney resort. I have other ones that I'm going to move on to after this, but I felt like this was really worth saying. And it's the extra time in the parks. And I think we've talked about this a number of times, but I don't think we can overstate this. Even if you're, just getting the 30 extra minutes in the park of your choice, by the way, it's not like it used to be. It's not like extra magic hours on Monday or at Magic Kingdom and Tuesday at Epcot. Whatever. Every day of the week, you can choose which park you would like to go into 30 minutes early. And that's only available for guests who are staying at one of the Disney resorts. That's huge. It is huge because it puts you at least 30 minutes, but I would say probably more like 45 minutes to an hour ahead of the other people that are going to be there. So ahead of those folks, if you're there. In addition, if you're staying at a deluxe resort or a deluxe villa resort, you also get extended evening hours, which is really huge.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's just, again, I don't think I can overstate how awesome that this is. not only are there not very many people in the parks, but it's just so cool to be there in the evening. It's really late sometimes, especially Epcot, when you're talking about the extended evening hours there. It's very late, and that's just a cool thing. So again, that extra time in the parks is such a huge benefit, and that's included with your stay at one of the Disney resorts. So
in two kind of hidden, like unspoken things about those, there are better times to be in the parks. Like early in the morning, it's cooler, and late at night, it's cool, especially in the summer.
Yes.
We're recording this in July, so both of those times
it's on our mind.
Exactly, better times. I mean, because right now there's like an extreme heat warning at Walt Disney. It's like the heat index looks like 112 today. Just saying, I'd rather be there at like 8:30 in the morning and like 10 o'clock at night. Just saying. I mean, It makes sense. All right, Rikki, what do you got?
I mean, sticking with the resorts, you do have the, Movies Under the Stars, which is kind of a nice little perk there. It's, anybody can go watch the movies. They usually happen on a beach or, somewhere in that's, in the middle of the resort, and like, a big inflatable screen, and it's just a nice.
Yes, that's what we show movies on, the big screen.
Thank you. Yeah. And it's always, the animated classic, or sometimes it's a live action film, and you can find out which movies are showing if you check at the front desk usually. But it's such a great thing to do with your family and experience. And the other thing that, of course, they do at night at a lot of the resorts, actually, I believe all of them, is where you can do the roasted marshmallows, which is, again, another really cool thing that you can just, go experience. If you want to do s'mores, you can do s'mores. That has an extra cost to it, but it's not that much. I think it's like $7, and it's a really cute little Mickey Mouse graham cracker thing. It's adorable. And I've definitely done that before as well. So
wait. Did you pay for the whole thing?
Yes, I paid for the whole thing. I didn't just pay for half of a graham cracker, and yeah.
Disney's gonna ask every time.
No. I didn't pay for half a graham cracker. I paid for the whole thing. But it's a great thing to experience, and it's a lot of fun too. It's just it gives extra family memories, and it's one of the things that Brian and I love getting to do, is having those family memories at the resorts and doing both the Movies Under the Stars as well as the s'mores making / toasting marshmallows. It's a really great experience. Yeah.
See, stuff like that is so funny too, because I see that happening, and I know what's going to happen, right? Because you have kids, and they're going to watch a movie that they've probably seen,
1,000 times
on Disney Plus, right? I almost said like on the VHS, but dude, I'm old. But they've seen it on Disney Plus at this point back home. But I mean, I think like when you go home, and like you're talking about on the plane ride home, or when you're 2 weeks removed from the vacation, you're talking about it with grandma and grandpa, and you get home like at Sunday dinner or whatever. I think that like the Movies Under the Stars are what the kids are going to talk about, like sitting there with mom and dad having the s'mores. Like I just think that like that, the pool time, like hanging out, like I don't know that it's always going to be the ride on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's going to be like front of mind for the kids. I think it's going to be like stuff like Movies Under the Stars.
It's true. I think almost every time I've gone to one of the little campfire things, I think I have seen people like with little kids trying s'mores for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or if it was
kind of an opportunity, and you're right, if you don't slow down enough ever.
It's true. Either that, or I've seen kids that are way excited about roasting the marshmallow. Like I'm just like, whoa. It's like a big deal. But to me, that's always so charming to see someone so excited about like things that we basically take for granted, if you will. That it's very, very cute. So
yeah,
worth doing.
All right. So I'm going to the Discord because I threw this question out there earlier today, and we got some great answers. And one of the things that folks were mentioning were things like the scavenger hunts. The kids can do like KidCot stations.
Totally was my next one.
Yes, I'm glad I nailed that, because
you did.
Paige grew up doing these. I mean, these things have been there forever. Paige is 28. But we used to go, and back then you got like a mask. I remember this. Like you got like a mask on a stick. I don't know if that's what they still are.
No, it's cards, like index size cards, and they do a stamp. And I think they might
back then.
I think they might write something on the card too, but it tells you about the country as well. It's been a while since I've done it, but I've done it as an adult, and it's a lot of fun. Even as an adult, you don't have to have a kid with you; it's still fun.
Yeah. how'd I guess you did as an adult?
Yeah, of course. Hello.
Anyway, when Paige did it, there was like a mask, and so like it'd be like on a paint stick or something, and like what they would do is they'd stamp the paint stick at each of the countries, and they'd write her name on it, like in the country, you know, like in the script of the country, which was very cool. And she talked to the international cast member. I loved it. And what Paige would do, it was really cool. She would like paint or color with the colors, like 1/11 of the mask in the colors of that country's flag. I mean, she brought them home every time, so it was really abstract looking mask. And she loved doing this. And like, it got us a chance to kind of cool off, explore the pavilion. And those kind of things were educational, but we enjoyed it because we got to explore all the pavilions throughout the, and the thing was, we didn't do them all in one night because we'd be there for a week. And so we just brought the mask back each time we went to Epcot. And so we'd say, okay, today we're going to do Canada, the UK, and France. You know, and then the next day, next time we went to Epcot, we'd start in Morocco, Japan, you know, US or whatever. And it was just something she got a kick out of it, gave us a chance to be able to do the World Showcase pavilions without, you know, she was like 7 or 8, but she learned a lot. And then when she heard about those countries in school, she had just a little bit of background knowledge. Hey, you know, I know what the flag looks like. I know a little bit. It was awesome. But I mean, also we're mentioning kind of going along with that the Wilderness Explorers over at Animal Kingdom. Just little things like that are included with your park admission. The kids get a kick out of. They learn, and they got a tangible thing to take home. You know, then they also have those kind of ones you can buy during the festivals. You know, they're kind of an expensive.
Yeah, the little scavenger hunts. Yeah,
get like a paint can or whatever during Festival of the Arts. Those are fun. But I mean, some of these are free, and there are a lot of. I mean, kids love these things. I think apparently adults do.
Yes, they do.
Agreed.
I'm actually looking at my Duffy on a stick right now. It's right there on my bookshelf, and I can see it. It's got the stamps on it. And
love it. All right, Pam, we'll give us another. We got.
Well, so this is something I think that's a big deal and included for everyone who's staying on property, and of course, as long as you have a ticket, these too. But it is the transportation options, and these are a ride. An attraction within themselves, right? Because not only do you have the buses, which are, I mean, interesting buses at that. Yeah. They're usually playing Disney music. You get some great cast members who are driving the bus, things like that. But you also have the monorail, which I think is a huge draw. I mean, it's just such unique transportation. The fact that it goes through the Contemporary, all of that. It's a great way to sort of see all those resorts that are on the monorail line. You also have boats, which take you from, you know, of course, the Magic Kingdom area, but then you also have the Epcot boats and the boat that goes over to Hollywood Studios. You have boats at Disney Springs. You have all different kinds of boats. And then you have the newest addition, which is the Skyliner, which I think is really unique transportation too. And I think not only do you get great views from the Skyliner, but they also have this fantastic spiel that sort of tells you a bit about what you're seeing, what you're looking at, and whatnot. And that would be something that goes between Epcot and Hollywood Studios, and of course the Skyliner resorts, which are Pop Century, Art of Animation, The Riv, and Caribbean Beach Resort. So all of those transportation options, though, are included with the price of admission and with your Disney resort stay. So it's a very cool thing, I think, just to be included because you're there at Walt Disney World.
I agree. And if you're lucky, you get Skipper Phil over at Epcot.
Truth. Very true. You
gotta be super lucky, though. I mean, super lucky to
get select appearances
to get that 3-hour tour. I'm just saying. If you get the minnow, that's pretty cool. Only a few people will get that. Rikki, what do you got?
Okay. All right. So my next one is actually for Disney Visa card holders, and if it's at two of the parks, so at Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios, you can actually have exclusive meet and greet opportunities, which are free and included, but you have to have a Disney Visa card holder in order to be. Or
who among us does not have a Disney Visa? Come on,
I mean, that's true. Yeah,
demographic right here.
Exactly, but the best part about these meet and greets is because it's not so populated, the characters spend a lot of time with you, so you get a really good character experience with it. Now, a lot of times, especially the one at Epcot, you never quite know exactly which characters it's going to be. At Disney's Hollywood Studios, it's usually, I think, Star Wars. So
Kylo Ren.
Is it usually Kylo Ren?
It used to be Darth Vader, but I think now it's Kylo Ren.
That's where I couldn't remember. I knew I met Darth Vader when I did it.
It was Darth Vader last time at Disneyland, but
got it.
Kylo Ren at the studios.
At the studios.
I think.
I think so too, but maybe it goes back and forth there too. I'm not entirely sure.
It's the dark side. You never know.
You never know. So it's only got limited hours. So you do want to check the My Disney Experience app to see like when it's available and also where it is, because it's kind of hard to describe. At Epcot, it's sort of near the Imagination Pavilion, and at Hollywood Studios, it's over in the animation courtyard where the launch bay is. So you can go over there and get two really unique character experiences, which is kind of great. So that part's nice.
Very good. Dark side.
And I think PhotoPass photos are included with that too, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, I think they are.
Yeah.
Shout out Kim Taylor.
There you go.
They have new cameras, by the way, mirrorless.
I saw that. Yeah.
Looking great. Make sure you do your makeup before you go to the parks nowadays. That'll look good. It'll get all your blemishes. Just be ready. I'm telling you, we got HD TVs and all the anchors had to like, oh my gosh, look out. They're going to be getting you. Okay. My next one, putt-putt. Back in the day, we called it putt-putt. We had orange rails. It was awesome. We had go-karts and all this stuff. We don't have go-karts at Walt Disney World, but we have mini golf courses. We have Winter Summerland and we have Fantasia Gardens. And if you have a package, which means you have a hotel and tickets combined, you have an 8-digit confirmation number. That's how you know. You have a free round of mini golf before 4 p.m. So you go down to the check-in desk and you get that. Is it digital, Pam? I always forget about that. Or you got to go to the check-in desk to get this? I think it is digital somehow, but I think it's actually in the app. I think you can.
I believe it is in the app. Yeah.
But if you're not sure, you can just ask a check-in. They'll give you like a
yes, absolutely.
I'm old school. Like I like to have something in my hand, but I think you can get it through the app. But I like to talk to people. I'm old school. But anyway, you get that free round of golf for each person in the room. And I mean, I think right now the prices for mini golf at like, Winter Summerland and Fantasia Gardens, I think it's like $12 a round or more. So, I mean, you go over there and play like 4 people. That's like $50. And those courses are fun. I like Winter Summerland better. I know some people like Fantasia Gardens better. I like Winter Summerland, which is over outside of Blizzard Beach. I just think, but I also like in the summertime, the irony of playing like they play Christmas music. And I think that's a hoot because there's a winter side and a summer side. And I always play the winter side. But you got to play during the day or first thing in the morning because it does kind of, obviously it's during the hotter part of the day because you can't play at night. But it's still fun. Again, the kids get a kick out of that. The family playing together, just play a quick round.
Yeah, agreed. I believe it is like, I think it's $20 per like adult.
Oh my God. See,
I think it is.
These things. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Yes.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
A burrito costs $3. What are you kidding me? It was
right?
When I was in high school.
Yeah. Yes, $19 per adult and $12 per child. So it's not a small benefit. No.
Oh my God. That makes me even more nervous every time I putt, unless I'm on my package. And it's really
like do it well or
it's a value every time you're over that ball, man. Concentrate. If a kid's just whacking away, like, dude, you're wasting my money. Focus, kid. Focus.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's go one like lightning round here. What you got? Give us the best one you got left.
So I have this is something that there's some kind of entertainment I think most nights over there, but on select nights there's actually some really great entertainment over at the boardwalk.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, there's like comedians and magicians and people doing like more physical acts and pulling people in, but I'm telling you, some of these acts are so good. They are really worth seeing. I don't know if you guys have seen them lately, but they're good.
They are good. And the same can be said at Disney Springs as well. They have some really entertaining acts that are, included there as well, which, I mean, there's some huge entertainment, talent that's at the parks or at Disney Springs and at the boardwalk that just you're watching them and you're like, wow, that's incredible, So
yeah, I would definitely
stop watching.
I stayed there the night before the cruise, and there was like this huge mob around this guy, and I was like, and he kind of looked. I was like, is he sawing a guy in half or something? He was doing something like that, but I wasn't. I didn't stay because I was trying to get ice cream. But I was like, dude, I should stay. Is he sawing that dude in half? Maybe he did. I don't know.
Maybe he did. Hopefully that guy lived.
Exactly. Did he live? Did he die? I don't know. On the boardwalk, I'm pretty sure.
Mike needed his ice cream. So.
Exactly. I'm like, well, sorry, bud. I mean, I guess I'll have to, check out Twitter later on because I need ice. I need a double scoop ice cream cone. Sorry, buddy. You put yourself in that box. All right, Rikki, close us out. We're getting late. Let's go.
Yeah. So every once in a while, the Lego store at Disney Springs, they actually do offer like a free little Lego. You can build, a little Lego figurine and take it home with you. It doesn't happen all the time, and you probably want to check their social media to find out when it's happening. But still, I mean, it's such a cool little thing that you can go and you can get this little free little Lego that you can create. So I think that's kind of neat.
Is this legit?
Yeah.
Says the girl
I'm not stealing Legos.
Says the girl who stole the crab legs.
I did not steal crab legs.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you can make these little models. They are first come, first serve.
I think they're called minifigs.
No, that was different. Those were completely different things a long time ago. But like I said, they don't offer it all the time. It's only on select days. So you can't just roll up to the Lego store and say, I'd like my little free figurine today, and have them be like, here you go.
So you'll know if when you leave the store, if it starts going,
yeah, exactly. Don't steal the Legos. But they do offer every once in a while a free Lego figurine that you can create. So I'm just saying.
They should, because Legos are so expensive. They should give you a free one every once in a while. And then you'll just step on it sometime. And
that's true. I like Jason's comment about me. They're free if you run fast enough. Yeah, okay, you're not wrong, Jason.
Powered by those hot crab legs. Exactly. Okay, so my last was just gonna be Yeehaw Bob.
I'm known for pocket biscuits, so I might as well pocket Legos. I'm just saying. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'm just saying, Yeehaw Bob. He does great shows Wednesday through Friday or Saturday over at Port Orleans Riverside. You can just swing in, get a drink, and enjoy some. Great show right there in the River Roost. That's always fun. So there you go. My last one. All right, so we're gonna get out of here and let you get on with your weekend.
I'm not stealing anything this weekend, I promise.
All a bit. She does not steal stuff very often. It's just a bit. I'm just saying. All right.
It's not on purpose.
Preacher's wife. It's just preacher's wife. You gotta be careful. All right. So just saying, we are out of here. Hope you have a great weekend and hope you always enjoy the shows. It's all just for fun. Hopefully you're laughing with us and not like what is going on.
Oh, I'm asking what's going on, but that's okay.
Don't forget, our show is brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you have an outstanding vacation. Hopefully it gave you something to think about, because you might not have even thought about, because a lot of times we get so caught up in we got to have the perfect lightning lanes. We got to have the perfect ADRs. We got to make sure that we're at Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at 9:47 a.m. And then by, 9:58, we got to be at Space Mountain. And then at 10:04, we got to be on the TTA. Sometimes we get all wrapped up in that, but, slow down and, just, if you see that movie Under the Stars back at Coronado Springs or All-Star Music or Port Orleans Riverside, take advantage of these things. They're there because vacation is a time to slow down and make memories. And hopefully sometimes, these shows just kind of give you something to think about. We're here to hopefully share some laughs, but also every once in a while, just give you a nugget to think about to make that vacation better. So we want to help you plan a great vacation. It's kind of what we do every day over at the Magic for Less. So if you're heading to Disneyland, Walt Disney World, even sailing with the Disney Cruise Line, it'd be a privilege to help you plan your next vacation. Just come over to the website today over at themagicforless.com. We'll help you plan that trip. No additional cost to you. So again, check them out today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Just click through there and it supports the show with every purchase. And you can support us on Patreon. It's patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. $5 a month is all it takes. And you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. So we appreciate everybody who supports us already. You can support us as well. Again, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can follow us on the social media. Check us out. See what we're doing. I'm at Be Our Guest Mike. Rikki's at Rikki Nibs, RIKKINIBS. Pam's at TMFLT Pam. Instagram, Twitter, and Threads. And we want to see you also in the clubhouse. That is where we have so much fun hanging out, all kinds of Disney fans. We're up to about 1,450 folks over there. And we have a hoot over there. We also, again, we do have a Big Brother channel. If you're a Big Brother fan, come on over. We added that this week because a lot of folks wanted it. So it's there. So come on over. It's beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. And we'll have a live call-in show Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. Tune in wherever you like. Give us a call. Hopefully the phone lines are working, and we'll be set. Scott will be joining us for that too. So until we get back together again, hope you're having a rocking weekend, getting ready for one. And just thanks so much, as always, for your support of the show. So for Rikki and Pam, I'm Mike, wishing you a happy Friday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Good stuff.
Boom. And I don't steal.
I just rolled a bit. That is so funny, though. I just love it. I think it's hilarious. People be cracking up when they hear that. Like,
oh my gosh,
those crab legs. I'll be your fan.
That's it. That's me.
Yeah, that's you. The hot crab leg stealer. Like,
yep. Hey, I mean, I've
right out of Cape May. Right past,
I actually. God, that
don't admit anything. People are watching.
No. That so it was Brian's birthday, and they, it's a buffet, so they, you have all the desserts that you care to eat there. But they gave Brian a birthday cupcake, and obviously we were way too full to eat it. So they gave me a little cup, like a to-go cup, and I just put the birthday cupcake in the to-go cup and carried it out.
Yeah, you're not allowed to take stuff from a buffet. That's illegal.
That wasn't from the buffet.
It's a fine line again. You're walking.
It was a very fine line.
Walking a fine line. All right.
Hey, the server gave me the cup and she said, "Here you go." So I'm just saying.
It makes you sleep better. All right.
I feel like that's fair.
Okay. It makes you sleep better. All right. So are you guys going to be here next week?
I should be. Hang on. Let me double check. I think Tuesday is my anniversary. So I should be here Monday, hopefully.
Good deal. All right. I'll see you guys.
Okay.
All right.
See y'all.
See you guys. Bye.
Okay. Bye.